Hey everyone, SDM Kahuna back again, and we are back for the SDM podcast. I am joined yet again, you will see, to my immediate... Oh, I'm getting that the wrong way. To my left on screen, to my right in real life, Outcast. How we doing, Outcast?
I'm not too bad. Live. I can see my face.
Indeed. I need to try and remember. Look at the camera. Engage the audience. And to
Zero
my...
to the rise.
Oh, I got it wrong again. To my very far side. Oh, I can't do this. This is reversed and freaking me out. I'm going to stop pointing now. We got SDM Richie looking bemused, disappointed. Otherwise, I'm sorry. How you doing, man?
You have reached the life-size decoy of SDM Richie. Please leave a message.
Guy told me he was going to be available for this. Clearly,
Yes.
I have been misled. I've just knocked my pop filter with my... You know what? I'm going to stop flailing my arms around. Other than controlling the mouse, it's just all going horrendously wrong.
It's the Team America.
The internationally recognized hand signal for I'm in trouble. I can't believe I just did that on camera. That'll look goddamn awful. How we doing, Jets?
We're all right.
Yeah, you will when you watch it live. See, that's the thing, though. It's like we are engaging in highly technical, convoluted, and pointless webcam recordings, so it has resulted in about 3 hours of setup, or what certainly feels like 3 hours of setup. And yeah, it's just... I love you guys. It's just good to see your faces. Get you out there to the world. So, yeah, podcast back again. Second edition, new format yet again. It's all colourful, it's all pretty. Hopefully you guys are going to like this. But on a somewhat serious note, we're all gamers here, and if anybody's been paying any attention recently, obviously on July 11th, Nintendo president Satoru Iwata did pass away, sadly. It's a bit of a loss for gaming, it has to be said. We've all played, my first 16-bit console was the SNES. I missed the NES generation. I know you guys, Outcast.
Oh yes.
You were NES, if I recall.
Definitely.
Move your head to the left.
Probably see some NES cartridges right about there. Crossplay and NES right below it.
I was a Master System fan myself.
Yeah, you were Master System fan. You want to give us that
somewhere behind me?
Do you want to give us that shelf point again? Remember, this is mourning the passing of a giant of the video game industry. I mean, I was watching a video the other week when the news passed. It was Jim Sterling's video. It was a tribute to Satoru, and I think a point he made that I do agree with it. At least he kept things fun. He was an executive of a major company. He was always up for a laugh and believed that gaming should be fun for everyone. And I think that's something in the modern gaming age that's going to be missed. So for what it's worth, from the boys at SDM to the family of Iwata-san and all those at Nintendo, our condolences. He will be missed. But,
I think it's one of those things now. You kind of... We at our age, we're starting to see those guys that we kind of looked up to as kids, passing on. And unfortunately, although it is natural, is sad. But what could you do? We're all going to be there one day.
Yeah, that is sadly true. But well, we're starting off on a sad note. But I think
I hear his replacement is making waves in his own way.
Yes. What have you heard?
Outcast, this is you that was telling me about this.
Oh, was I? I remember.
You can tell this is exceedingly well rehearsed device here. I think I'm going to move us on to the next topic of discussion, which is my pet peeve, and like I say, sad additions to the gaming industry as it stands at the moment, and that is the bloody state of Batman Arkham Knight, especially on the PC, because obviously anybody who hasn't been living under a rock for the last couple of weeks will probably have the PC version of Arkham Knight. Very far from finished. Pretty damn awful, it has to be said. Major performance issues, poorly optimized, missing textures, and just generally shoveled out. Removed from sale from Steam. Rocksteady, Warner Brothers, everybody's apologized, but obviously there's a lot of work to be done, and the news stories at the moment is the major patch will be coming in September. However, we're going to get an interim patch in August. Well, there's something to look forward to. That's only 4 to 6 weeks of a kind of time frame, so God only knows when we will see anything worthwhile out of that.
What's it going to fix, though? Come on. Seriously.
Well, the thing is, though, it's like, and the issue is, it's like, the problem is, it's like, I initially thought, and I'm pretty certain I recalled seeing at some stage or another the Batman Arkham Knight game was going to run in the Unreal 4 engine. That's what I was initially. I'm pretty sure I saw some marketing.
I think I might have seen something like that as well.
BS
actually,
for that, but yeah, no, it obviously came out in a highly, highly modified Unreal 3 engine, and it's like, oh Christ Almighty, we've been seeing games in Unreal 3 since when? 2003. So, and yeah, PC architecture's moved on, and we've seen some new stuff. But the major issues, and I think there was a leaked article where somebody went, yeah, so we've seen problems every time. It was to do with texture streaming. Basically, every time it had to load textures in and basically bring them through the pipeline, it was just crapping out. It just, because we always remember back in the days with Unreal 3, the Unreal 3 engine, how bad some games looked when you start them up and the textures would take a couple of seconds to stream in, and you'd have that really crappy.
Like Gears of War was
exactly, yeah. You'd get the model loaded, and then the textures would then slowly come in, and things would start to look better. Obviously, that didn't really impede performance, though. That just looked awful. But this looks great all the time, but just doesn't move. So it's a sad state of affairs, and it's the first game I've ever seen pulled from sale. Ever. I'm pleased to say, it's like in the world of Steam refunds, it's like PC gamers who buy digitally now have that avenue. You can go down that, and you can obviously get your money back if I believe the terms are if your game plays less than 2 hours. But
do you think if the refund system wasn't in play via Steam, do you think something might have been done sooner?
It's difficult to say, but I don't think it would have been.
No?
I don't think we would have seen the. We certainly wouldn't have seen any reaction from Warner Brothers at all. I think they'd have carried on regardless. There would have been notes saying it's like, we're aware of issues and there's problems and blah, blah, blah. But the fact that obviously I think Steam put the squeeze on them, said, look, I'd love to know the figures of what was returned, but no idea why it would have been released in such a crappy state.
I think they were just left to their own devices, and no one was really checking up on what was going on the PC side of things. Just thinking, you know what, consoles are the way to go.
Yeah, it's like, well, they obviously handed it off to a third party, and yeah, we've seen how that's gone. You hand it out to someone who's clearly just getting paid. Rocksteady focused on the console versions. PlayStation 4, fantastic. Xbox One, pretty damn good. PC, it's worrying. I don't understand why we're having this. We're getting bad PC ports all the time. We mentioned it in the last podcast. F1 2015 is a really bad port, and it's just constant. It seems to be every game recently, and it's a worrying state of affairs for me. I'm a little concerned by it, to say the least. And speaking of,
it's not just the PC ones that are falling down though.
Yeah,
it's like makes the HD remakes that seem to be famous at the moment for the old console games getting remade on the next generation. They're not coming up very good. Like Prototype, that's one of the biggest ones. Prototype 1 and 2 remastered or HD-fied, whatever you want to call it. They're performing terribly. You'd think a game that was brought out on a previous generation's console with slightly better graphics wouldn't die a horrible frame rate related death on a new 10 times faster console.
It is a very fair point, actually, and yeah, you're exactly right. It's like it's made the news. It's like I'm looking at Eurogamer right about now. Prototype's HD Biohazard bundle is a big disappointment, and yeah, it's like
you're getting no more than 30 frames a second of Prototype, the first one, and it's HD, and it's dipping down. There's a good video on YouTube, guys should to go and check out, and the Prototype 2 is even worse. It's stuttering on the cutscenes. It's absolutely atrocious what they've done to it. It's like, how would you even, why would you even release a game in that state?
Yeah, it's like, what the hell is going on with quality assurance and testing right about now? It's like,
The testers, do they have Xbox Ones? Surely they should give them if they don't.
yeah, it's like,
They're on Commodore Amigas. That's the problem.
Exactly,
You know?
the thing is, and this is just solely, Xbox One, isn't it? It's like, have they released it on PlayStation? Do we?
I would think so.
It's like, it remains to be seen whether or not it'll handle it better.
It's...
But I don't. I'd say from what I've seen, there's not been like any conclusive testing on that. So
Yeah, it's definitely been. I'm just doing a quick bit of fast research. Talk amongst yourself.
definitely, it's like, as I said, it's the article I'm reading is that it's possible the PlayStation 4 version handles things better, but that remains to be seen. So we're just going to have to wait. I think it's going to have to wait.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any prototype.
$50, for you guys in the States. That's a lot of money to be spending on a game that you probably can't even play.
You know what it is, though, right?
Put the anti-aliasing on, put the glasses back.
Because day 1 patch or day 356 patch or something like.
Yeah, but again, and Richie raises a perfectly valid point. It's like, how do you get to the stage where you had a game? Now, I played both prototypes. I remember Outcast. You and I, we quite liked them. I preferred the first one.
Yeah, the first one was the better one.
If I'm being perfectly honest. And yeah, it's like, this article on Kotaku's basically saying both PS4 and Xbox One's pretty bad. It's obviously relating to the same video that was on YouTube. But again, you're talking about, when the hell did the first prototype come out? That was what, 2007? No, it wasn't 2000. 2009, I think it was, if memory serves. I'll need to look that up. Sound off in the comment sections if I'm hugely wrong. But yeah, it's like, how do you take something that's sold and in a remaster, how do you bugger it up so badly? What are you doing? How is this going wrong to such a state?
It's not as if it's like a new game, a brand new spanking game that's just taxing it. Because you remember Outcast, Shenmue on the Dreamcast.
Yeah,
it was so graphically ahead of its time.
Oh my god,
the poor Dreamcast couldn't keep up sometimes.
I know. You turn it, like, even on Shenmue 1, you turn, like, to face a street sort of thing, and then it just, like, start dying to death of, frame rate problems. But, it still kept on going, though, which was good.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah. But then, at least that was pushing the boundaries, not like...
Exactly.
It was brand new, yeah. It was a game that you'd never seen before. It was a brand new series.
It's not with the case where it's been, like, so badly optimized, it's just destroying the machine itself,
Yeah, no, there's as I said, it ties back into what I was saying with the PC game situation, and I don't understand why we're having so much trouble on this generation.
I think it's like they're obviously not doing the testing that they should do, and I think we've just entered the way of working is we are accepting these faults and failures, so they know that people will buy them, and then they can fix them after that, so they'll get maximum money as quick as possible, and then just fix it later on, because we will buy them. So that's the problem.
Long gone are the days of having, like, gigantic offices filled with game testers and such, really, is it, when you think about it? Because we are the testers now,
Well,
that goes back to what we were talking about previously, where it's you pay for early access, which is basically your beta testing. You go on Steam, there's loads of games that you can do. You pay for beta access, and it's like, well, why should I give you money so I can tell you how your game is crap?
Exactly. It's funnily enough, that was exactly what I was going to segue into. And I think we mentioned it in like the last podcast, where that's exactly what we've got into on the PC market, or nowadays, if you're on the console market, you're still buying into it. You haven't to pre-order the bloody game. You haven't to say, it's like, look, I'm going to put money down on this product, on this game that I've never played, and I might get beta access. We're seeing it with Black Ops 3. We're seeing it with Rainbow Six. We're seeing it with The Division. We're seeing it with the new Gears of War. And it's like, 4 years ago, everybody's big worry, everybody's big complaint was pre-orders. It's like, oh, look at these stupid pre-order bonuses. You're only getting this content if you go into this store or this chain. Or, you're asking me to put down, in the States, it's $60 for a brand new game. Here, we're edging pretty close nowadays. You go into a main high street game retailer, and you will pay £45 to £50 for your game. And then you got £30 for a season pass, £40 sometimes depending on the game. And yeah, it's like, it kind of reminds me, it's like, we all go way, way back. You know, you can tell from the grey hairs and stuff that, you know, we're not exactly... It's mane. It's a golden mane.
It's blonde, goddammit, not grey.
It's your specimen, Outcast. Absolute specimen. But yeah, it's like, I remember going back to the early 80s, playing games on the Commodore 64 and on the Amiga, and you got so many things that just didn't work. The difference was back then, it's like, I could pick up a game. Now, granted, this was the 80s, so, you know, take inflation into account, but, you know, you could buy a brand new game on the Commodore 64 for a whole £1.99. An expensive game was $3.99. And
you used to even get like shareware games on magazines, which were essentially full free games.
Yeah, it's like public domain games. Yeah,
it's public domain games, and all of them were fantastic. You know, games like Sensible Massacre and all that sort of thing. I fucking love that game.
You've always been a macabre, dark person.
Yeah, maybe I should see something about that, to be honest.
I think I remember back from the old Spectrum days, there was pretty sure it was Jet Set Larry, which is one of the most popular games on the Spectrum.
Oh, you mean Jet Set Willy?
Jet Set Willy, yeah. But if I remember correctly, that game was actually never finished. They released it unfinished just to get it out there, to get money, because they were in serious financial straits.
Well, you know what was really funny, actually? I remember, Rich, you'll know, like one of those crazy Amstrad phones that had like the Sinclair emulator and things like that. I remember actually having that game on that damn phone. I can't remember what I did with the phone. I should have kept it because I'm sure it'd been like a decent collector's thing by now. But that was pretty cool, I gotta say.
Yeah, well, my mum still uses mine.
She better play some games on that thing.
Yes, one of only 3 ever sold. And we know where one is, people. If you're a collector, get in touch with us. The channel email should be somewhere in one of our about there. And, you know.
Somewhere around there.
And one of these menu annotations.
No annotations. No. Just no for the annotations.
Hey, I'm very disappointed.
I'm going to stop pointing at the camera. It's buggering up my autofocus.
Annotations.
It was an annotation-free zone.
It was annotation-free and very disappointed because we did mention a few times, Rich, that annotation may be popping up and we're just looking silly. Just looking silly.
Annotations look silly.
I don't even know why we say annotation. It's almost like it means nothing.
I want the comments filled with people demanding annotations in our podcast.
Please don't. It's not going to happen. Look at this face. Not going to happen.
That's it.
Stop looking at this face and watch
Outcast,
Outcast,
we need to get on Change.org and get that petition going.
That's it.
But I'm going through a little...
Screw the millions of other like lesser things on Change.org just now that everyone seems to be putting on.
Because with the welfare, I want annotations in our podcast.
Yeah, I don't care about people losing their jobs and such. I want SDM Podcast has to have annotations when annotations say coming up now.
And here's an annotation to the Change.org website.
I'm literally hovering over the feed for both your webcams right now, and it's just like click, click, bye suckers. It's all me, full screen. But yeah, I'm going to throw a bit of a curveball in with this next topic. It's not one that we pre-mentioned, so let's see how this goes. Have you gentlemen heard that they are bringing back the ZX Spectrum? Judging by those facial expressions.
The other day. I did read something about that the other day.
Bringing it back, you say?
Yeah, it was a guy at my work mentioned it. It was like a news on BBC, but the best article with an image I can find right about it was on metro.co.uk. Classy.
What I think is something. It's not the Spectrum they're bringing back. If it's the same thing I'm thinking of, it's some guy has the rights to use the Spectrum design and the Spectrum naming scheme to make a Bluetooth keyboard for tablets.
No,
that's what I saw.
This one in question might be the same guy actually, but they've got basically what it is. They are bringing back the ZX Spectrum because back in '82 that was the ultimate gaming machine, It's going to be £100 to purchase, and it's going to come basically with. It's essentially going to be a Flash-based ROM emulator. It's going to have like 1,000 Spectrum games preloaded on it, and you'll be able to buy it, hook it up, play it on your modern TV.
So basically an Atari flashback, but a Spectrum.
Yeah, it's like, well, for a start, it's not a full-on copy. It's like apparently some keys are missing, but it does have Jet Set Willy on it, and it won't take hours to load it from tape. So, that's got to be worth £100 price. I mean...
No. See, I want to wait that length of time, and I want to hear all these people get, psychedelic colours come up on the screen. That's the whole part and parcel of playing the Spectrum.
Definitely.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. It's like, those sensitive to photosensitive seizures couldn't play games back in our day because the loading screen was literally a multicolour barrage on the senses.
See, that was the test, man. That was like, that was like going through the SDM Academy. That was like your training right there. If you can handle the psychedelic flash fest, which is like seizures, then you were worthy of playing the Spectrum.
Come on, Kahuna. Get a YouTube video of it. There's plenty of them.
What,
of the look? Home, what it looked like.
I'm not going to risk that, man. It's like, seriously. It's like, I'll be the one sucker that gets sued. It's like, oh, you put this on
full screen, you're fine.
Yeah, clearly. But here's the thing, though. It's like, I don't actually... I actually recall, when photosensitive seizure warnings started to appear on games, and it was in the early 90s. It was SNES and Mega Drive 16-bit days.
The Mega Drive days, 16-bit days were the times for it.
Yeah, and
it
it's like...
mainly on the Japanese imports especially as well, because obviously the frame rate was a bit higher than ours, so they were like, what?
Well, the Japanese market always had NTSC, so it was like 60 frames a second versus PAL, which we had over here in the poor UK and Europe, I believe.
Although we were ahead of our time because we were using SCART way before everyone else was.
Well, actually, you say that because it's like I had the UK SNES and the American Purple Breeze Block SNES, which I had to run a converter on. But the reason why we picked that up was so we could actually play it via SCART and get full screen without borders, which is bizarre on a 4:3 screen. Why you'd have borders, and it was 60 hertz. It's just that much smoother.
Oh yes.
But interesting times. Well, I gotta say, it's like that was like, who sat there literally in a product meeting and went, you know what, we need to re-release? And I know we can't come up with any original ideas in this day and age. It's like we're remaking movies, we're remastering games. Now we're remaking systems from the 80s.
The thing is, it'll be a tiny little PCB. Like, it's just like the Atari Flashback. It's literally the smallest freaking thing you've ever seen. But like, you're in this like fancy Atari-looking case. Well, not fancy because it's made of plastic. But you open it up, and it's
rubber keys,
like that size,
wipe clean.
Like, it'd be a different story if they're actually physically making it using the same kind of material. The components they were from back in the day.
I think it's if you watch do you guys actually watch any of Ben Heck's videos?
Oh yes, Ben Heck did one recently of a portable base unit in there. Yeah.
Well, he did
crazy.
He's made like his Spectrum like a couple of times, I think.
Yeah.
And it's about like this big when he ends up making it, because like the chips that we've got, you can just put it all on like 2 chips now. And he made one recently with a Master System and a ColecoVision built into one, and it was like the tiniest thing ever. It was awesome.
And wouldn't the Master System and the ColecoVision, did they not share quite a lot of the same architecture and stuff anyway? I think I remember seeing something like that.
Basically it's like the ColecoVision, there was like a pre-Master System like console type thing that come out that was pretty much the same as the ColecoVision. Sort of like they use the same like video chips and stuff like that. So
yeah, I didn't own the rubber keyed version of the Spectrum, the little black thing. I had the big massive grey thing with a tape deck built onto the side.
I had the rubber key one, which was
you can do the programming.
I believe that was like the 128K, and the grey original one was 64K.
Okay. Oh lordy, processing power.
Because you had a black one of the big massive one, and then you had the grey one, which was, I don't know, somehow different. I just remember making little crappy flipping music tunes out of using BASIC and.
Yeah. It's like the good thing about the little one with the rubber keys is back in those days, you young whippersnappers that are listening, they used to
you're old tape. When you use whippersnapper as a term, Rich.
Yeah. They used to have tapes that played like sounds, and that's basically how you did it. Like now, when you've got an emulator, if you get a WAV file or an MP3, you can actually that's how you play the games because it's just sounds. But the old small one with the rubber keys, you could just plug that into any stereo system, play the games. So I lost the actual Spectrum one that come with it, but I could just use the hi-fi that was in the room to play it, and I was like, it's the greatest thing ever.
It's like it's amazing.
I suppose you could technically plug a microphone into the side of it and just be like, see what comes up, you know? Mortal Kombat. Whoa!
Ladies and gentlemen, that just happened. It's like, well, could we be the world's first bit tune trio? Forget barbershop quartet, people. It's 8-bit tri-vocal performances from the SDM boys.
Yeah, we've just got a projector in the back showing the Spectrum, so you can actually see what we're actually
It's
saying.
like actually see what the hell is going on. Like, oh my god, that would.
It's like the holophoner from like Futurama.
We need to do this seriously.
You know what I was actually just envisaging there is the sonic key from Masters of the Universe. You remember that thing?
Get those simps out.
It's like wait, I play synth. I can make this work. That's so
No, you can't.
It's like you have no idea how this works. It's like all of a sudden, it's like if this thing can make a portal to anywhere in any multiverse, anywhere, this guy just happens to be able to get it between Eternia and Earth in the first fucking go.
Yep.
Convenient plot points are convenient.
The only portal that thing is opening is a gateway to the 80s.
It's Courtney Cox and the guy who played Tom Paris in Voyager that I have no idea what his name is. His name's...
Yes.
You know what I'm watching tonight, guys?
Masters of the Universe. I have to watch a bit of...
No.
Didn't see that one coming, if I'm being honest. I will be honest. Speaking of random films, this was one you brought to our attention, Rich. I'm going to let you lead with this one.
The fact that they're remaking or they're making another Resident Evil film.
You look so impressed by that outcome. Tell me why this is newsworthy.
I've not even looked at what the plots are. I just refuse it. I've just literally saw the title saying Resident Evil's next and probably last film set to begin shooting, and that's all. I'm not looking up any further of it. It's called The Last Chapter, so it better goddamn be the last one.
We don't need to know any more information other than they are making one and it is in the works. And please let it be the last.
Oh, come on, Outcast. You're a huge fan of the Resident Evil films.
Yeah.
I remember you speaking voraciously in their defense over. I mean, their introduction of Chris Redfield was epic, and
that time we were playing Final Fantasy Online, you just kept going on about it.
Please don't do this to me.
Yes,
don't
I remember.
pain any more than it is.
Yeah, your last Mega PlayStation in Final Fantasy Online.
No. You liars.
Refresh my mind, Outcast. What is so bad about Final Fantasy Online?
Where's the off switch for this thing?
Do you want me to kill your camera now because it's...
We are having technical difficulties.
Ladies and gentlemen,
having a breakdown.
Outcast is still like sore on the fact that you never got the hard drive with the PlayStation 2 because they never did it on our version.
You know what? I was looking for it the other day, right?
Are we literally recording a torture video now?
It's a snuff film.
I'm getting all like itchy and everything.
He's just going to keel over in a second.
I was looking at, to add insult to injury. I was looking for that other day, and I'm looking at the prices, and they're like extremely expensive. And I'm thinking, you know what? I was having a conversation with Richie the other day about picking up a Pocket Station, and a good couple of years ago that I looked last, there was tons of them, and they're all like fairly cheap. I'm like, fair enough. So I go to eBay and I'm having a look, and they're like 70 pence, 30 quid delivery from Japan, and they're like disgusting. Look like they've been in a sewer for the past 10 years. And then I see a new one, I think I'm going to get that, and it's like £200. I'm like, something else I miss out on.
It's like, why does everything we want to purchase cost so much money? It's like,
why is it when we don't want to purchase it, it's cheap?
Exactly. And then when you do,
I'm going to buy that shit. What?
You know what? Yeah, it's the
Evil
law of
movies
sod.
May it die in a blaze of, I was going to say glory, but may it die in a blaze of eternal punishment.
That dying in a blaze
of flames and like was reborn like a phoenix. That's why I'm still here. I'm now more powerful than I was previously.
If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine. That is the world's worst Alex Guinness impersonation there, people. But
Plus, it's like, why are you now more powerful? You can't touch anything, and all you do is just bug Luke constantly because no one else can see you.
Luke, please speak to me. I'm by myself. I have no one else, Luke.
Yeah, but he's one with the Force.
Yes.
The only one.
Yeah, actually, I just want to check something out here because it's like I can't help but notice a healthy coincidence. I have to comment on your rather epic T-shirt there, SDM Richie.
Outcast. It's a good T-shirt.
It is a rather epic stormtrooper.
That's made up of different parts. Like that eye there is the Imperial logo. That one's the Rebellion logo, and you got Han Solo up here somewhere, and all that crap.
And I know you guys can't quite see it, but my T-shirt is an homage to the classic trilogy. It's got the classic kind of artwork style with Darth doing the hand, and Star Wars, Empire, and Return of the Jedi logos.
You know what, guys? If you were going to be doing some like, oh look, we're wearing the same fucking T-shirts thing, you could have told me.
So Outcast, what kind of T-shirt are you wearing?
I'm wearing. Show us your Star Wars T-shirt. What are you wearing right now?
I'm in a fucking Guns N' Roses T-shirt, right? Fuck you. Like, I don't want to be part of your clique.
Well, I went to the secret cinema last night, so that's why I've got this on, and I just got back this morning.
I'm dropping from SDM. I'm taking the M away with me, motherfuckers.
The S stands for Star
Wars. The D for Darth. What did the M stand for? You could be Grand Moff Tarkin.
The M does not stand Maul, I can tell you that immediately.
No God.
It was for Moth, wasn't it? It was for an Imperial Moth. Oh, that's a Grand Moff.
Grand Moff Tarkin.
And on the subject of Star Wars, let's go back to one from a couple of weeks ago. Let's bring a plot point up from the past. But since we had a little bit of time out, we kind of missed a lot of E3 and stuff for discussion purposes. But, suffice to say, we're all very interested in Star Wars Battlefront. Hugely interested. But yeah, it's like the vehicle-based combat's looking pretty epic, but no space battles. Seriously, I mean, come on. Right about now, the market is ripe for some space action. I mean,
fighter action, some X-Wing action.
I mean, I get it to a point, and then equally, I want to reach out and rip someone from DICE's throat out, whoever made the decision for that. It's like, seriously, how difficult is it to build? I mean, you've got it's
They've
Battlefield.
Got vehicles in it already.
Battlefield 2142 had one of the greatest game modes of all time. We all love Titan Assault. Exactly. It's like,
love that game.
How difficult is it to take a similar mode where you've got to maybe capture a couple of resources out in space, damage? You could have a rebel Corvette on one side, you can have the Imperial Star Destroyer on the other side. You're fighting for it, and then you assault the damn ship in question. Everyone's a winner. I mean, how difficult is that to do, people?
I don't think they'll ever do that, because everyone will just compare it to X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. That's the they kind of killed themselves with how good that game was.
I'm gonna have to do.
I did that to Steam earlier.
Yeah, so I was just reading they did a digital re-release of that. So
I got that earlier, a couple months ago or something, maybe. I think
you got it on the Humble Bundle, I believe.
I think I did. Pretty much got every Star Wars game available for the PC now.
Well, the Star Wars Humble Bundle was epic. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. I really liked the Force Unleashed games.
Oh yeah, they weren't too bad.
The second one was.
The second one. The first one was amazing.
The second one was kind of a poor iteration, but the gameplay was still as fun. I mean, the cool thing about the first one was obviously the fact that it became canon. You know what
was good? Jedi Academy.
Okay, putting you on cam right now.
Jedi
30 seconds.
Academy
Convince me why Academy was good.
Well, because you were a student and you were learning, and then you got the point where you can cross over and become a Sith. Need I say any more? That and the multiplayer, which Rich will agree on, was freaking awesome sauce. Especially the glitch where you chuck your saber out and you dodge it by drunken master style by an inch. Whew. And it constantly spins around you from that point, and no one can touch you.
Yeah,
It's like...
The best part about that though was you ran around with your hands in the air while it was doing it, like so. You just ran around, I guess, with a lightsaber
Cool
floating around you. It was amazing, funny. But yeah, we used to run an academy server.
Yeah, I still remember the day where everyone decided, you know what, there's going to be fucking rules when you're going to, duel someone one-on-one. No one gave me the damn memo. I just jumped in and went, yeah! I'm going to start kicking this guy's ass, and and everyone's like, kick him, and I'm like, you can't kick me, bitch.
I have the power.
I am the admin.
There's rules.
One of the maps had this like little circle area. We had like a fighting dueling pit where everyone just waited for a turn to duel. It was like the most civilized game ever. There was queues and everything. It was so British. It was amazing.
Once they told me.
Did you have a ticketing system? Number 47 and number 48.
It was like at the deli counter at Asda. You had to take your ticket from the little thing at the side.
Yeah.
And the machine would forget your number.
I just envisaging the digital version of the that scene from Beetlejuice. Where you're waiting in limbo to get seen. It's like ticket number 1 trillion. God, that's a long ticket. How many people
There's a quality Mr. Bean scene where he does something similar. Mr. Bean fans.
God, yeah, I think I know the one you're on about. There's a lot of good Mr. Bean scenes, to be honest. But yeah, it's like kind of back on topic. It's like, why would you give us every other vehicle in the game and give us transitional game modes, and then not give us space battles? I mean, you're giving us...
That's what I've got to say about that. Expansion pack.
Are you thinking that? Are you calling it right there and then? Okay, people...
Well, that was what Star Wars Galaxies did, wasn't it? It was jump to light speed was...
Jump to hyperspace,
jump to light speed, yeah.
And Old Republic also, with its really terrible space battles.
Oh, come on, man. They're not remotely close to being fun.
Well, the fact is, like, you have to jump in this queue and then wait. So it's like, well, I can't go and do a quest because I'm waiting to get into the space battle. So you just end up just running around in circles, just like jumping constantly, like you do in MMOs.
I hate that, actually. That was one really stupid thing.
Yep.
Yeah, we all got burned by.
I played a lot of time on that flipping game too. What was I doing? And then I went to try and go on like maybe 3 months ago or something.
Back in 1 second, people.
There's a pay for section now. And you basically it's free to play, but if you want access to your full account, if you've been playing it and then left and come back again, you have to pay a premium like you used to. So it's kind of like I had all this stuff and now you can't use it because you're playing for free now. Well, you can pay X amount and get it all back. I'm like, okay, I'll just stop playing now.
For all those who don't know, this is how much faith I had in Star Wars: The Old Republic. I bought the limited special collector's edition. Now, I'm currently displaying my Darth Malgus statue, and Malgus is a cool character. I read the books and everything. He's pretty funky. I dropped a lot of coinage on this, and yes, seriously. But speaking of which, kind of keeping it on topic for once, did anybody watch the... I'm trying to find someplace safe I can put Darth now without tripping everything up. Did anybody watch the E3 trailer for the new story expansion for Old Republic? It's a pretty cool CGI trailer, all things considered.
I've seen a few images of it, and I was just like, yeah, okay.
It is one of those things. It's like you literally go there and it's like... Because, God, it's like... I think I was round your house at the time, Richie, when they released some news about at E3 about Old Republic. It was back in the day. It's like one of the female producers is up on stage going, yes, and everybody's going to get their own private ship, which you can all group on. And it's like everybody in the crowd just went, meh.
Don't you have your own private ship anyway?
It's like, we can all stand in the same room in an MMO. That's never been done before.
They just want to, like, get over themselves and just release Old Republic 3. Get over it.
Oh, yeah.
Please, make it happen. If anybody from BioWare gives a damn about my opinion, or our opinion for that matter, or 75% of the internet's opinion, because if you ask anybody who's a fan of the Old Republic games what they actually want, yes, point. I'm going to put that on cam right now. We're going with SDM Richie. We're going with SDM Outcast, who's pointing with 2 fingers, and me, who is also pointing. BioWare, make it happen. We want KOTOR 3. We want Old Republic 3. Dear God, seriously. Why? Why has it not happened?
It will happen one day. I mean, look at it this way, right? If they could do a Final Fantasy VII, keep my shit together.
Wait. I've got to kill your audio, otherwise it's going to break everyone's ears again.
No, don't worry about it. If they could do a Final Fantasy VII remake, they could do this.
Seriously, man, I'm impressed you held your shit together there.
I know. It was welling up inside me quite deep.
That's not all it's welling up by the looks of things.
Welling up is the word.
Pressure. It's like, come on, people. It's a game we all wanted, and there's a lot of time. It's quite funny. It's like, oh dear God, it's like no more Kickstarter games. It's like, oh Lord, come on. It's like, not everything needs to be multiplayer. When can we get our heads around that concept, people? It's like, no one
can make a decent single player game now that doesn't last more than like 20 minutes.
Exactly. It's like, every single player campaign in the world, it's like COD is unfortunately giving everybody ADHD. It's like, it's like if the single player is more than 4 hours, nobody's going to play that. It's like, I'll be honest, I quite enjoyed the fact that it took me. Don't get me wrong, it's like it would have been far less. It'd probably take me about 6 to 7 hours to do the single player in Batman Arkham Knight without doing any of the side quests. But you're gliding around Gotham, you're hearing all the little bits, the pointers are coming up and it's dragging you off, and it's like that's possibly artificially extending how long the story mode actually goes for. But the fact remains that, it probably took me somewhere in the region of about 12 hours to idly coast my way through the single player Arkham Knight.
Republic 2 or even 1, you could coast through that quite quickly, if you just stuck to the main storyline. You come at the end, you wouldn't be the best, your guys wouldn't be the best, but you did all the side missions. Like there was one on 2 which was like fix this like speeder bike.
Mm-hmm.
And if you did that, your influence will blow a dot up, so you were able to turn him into a Jedi. But if you didn't care about him, you didn't have to do the mission, and you didn't have to get his influence up. So you had missions where it's like, because I always rolled with my crew like Jedi ladies behind me. On 1, it was always Bastila. She was always like behind me, and I was like at all times. But yeah, so it's like you had like, right, I want to get this guy up to, I want to convince these people to be Jedi. It's like, let's see what I need to do to get the influence up with them, have conversations with them constantly. I enjoyed it, added to the game, and it took me ages to complete them just because it was wandering around everywhere trying to pick up every item.
Every side quest and everything that you could do, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just make it happen. We all want it. Let's be honest, it's like Outcast and I, we are massive Mass Effect fans. We are. We have played the ever-loving bejesus out of that series of games.
Maybe a bit too much.
Perhaps a
Maybe
little.
you spent too long in the nightclubs as well in that game.
Well, when you've got to romance a character, you've got to romance a character. One of my least proudest achievements in life is the fact that I have all the romance achievements from Dragon's Age, which includes the same-sex relationships. But when 20 points, 20 gamer scores involve people, you don't want to know what SDM Kahuna is willing to do. Okay, give me.
It's like you're speaking to 2 people. Which is those 2 people there you're looking at.
I don't know who you're
that
talking
have
about.
the 1,000 achievement points for Avatar.
I'm sorry, Richie, your connection's kind of breaking off. I'm kind of losing you. I think
own that game.
I think we'll have to.
That is the worst part. No one owns that game. Everyone rents it for an hour and then gets 3,000 achievements.
They should own it, okay? It's a collector's. It's a collecting masterpiece. It's rare-esque, and it's like the easiest achievement, game ever. Shittest game, but still.
Yeah, it's like I don't think in any way, shape, or form we should have to defend our actions. We are huge fans of the Avatar series. I mean, I love anything.
Is that
with
the one with the blue guys?
The blue people, yeah, the Na'vi. I mean, we are huge fans of that series.
It's like, I'm assuming you really like the Avatar film that's not about those, also. What's that? I can't quite hear you. It's okay.
I got nothing. He's got us there.
He's got the last airbender.
Speaking of something that is actually a good Avatar game, and a little bit on the short side, the Legend of Korra game. If anybody's a fan of the Avatar series, if you want a good kick-ass game, it doesn't do a great deal with the story, and I know people are like sounding off, going, well, it doesn't develop Korra as a character, but it's a really good game, fantastic art style. Check it out. It's on Steam. It's next to nothing. You do yourself a favor. But yeah, okay, we have hoarded ourselves out for some cheap achievement points in the past, but yeah, 30 seconds of your life and 1,000 game score, people.
You know what? I went from PS3 where trophies are, meaningless, and obviously I got an Xbox 360 Elite because everyone else was playing it, so I thought I've got to be part of the crew. And the achievement hoard just pours out of you when you first get an Xbox. Well, when I first got an Xbox 360, it was like must get every achievement. I don't even like this game. Sports, fuck it, it's got achievements. Up in what was it? God, UFC fucking fighting bloody blah. You press start, achievement. It's like that's about as far into that game I got.
Remember there's a couple of achievements I want to bring up here. One of them was the watch the entire of the credits on Guitar Hero achievement.
Oh yeah.
That me and Kahuna got. We literally put it on and then went to the shops to buy food and then come back. we had the achievement. And the other one was the one that you really wanted to get, so I got for you, was the fail a song on easy achievement.
I have never forgiven you for having that on my...
Oh yeah, I got it on his account, not mine, for those listening.
Yeah.
I do not have the achievement, and he does.
You're absolute asshole, man.
It is an achievement, because it's impossible to get.
It's like,
made it through the entire of a song and completed it without playing a single note. That's like, you actually have to purposely fail. And
yeah, you have to hit. It's like, because it's on easy, you're wanting like orange notes all the way through. It's just like wrap it like your arm's gonna fall off, and then you might just make it. It might just tip it over the edge, and the crowd go boo enough, and they'll kick your ass off stage. I
think one of the Simpsons games you have to press start on it as well.
Yeah, no, the Simpsons hit and run game. I think it was. Yeah. Why do I know that?
Because we both have.
Because you have all the achievements.
I never played Simpsons hit and run. I don't have all the achievements. I have a lot of them.
You used to live next door to a Blockbuster Video where you used to rent those games.
I was going to say, I'm like, he didn't play the games. He just rented them and then put them in the machine, press start, and then put it back again.
Took them back.
I may have 1,000 gamer score in the Green Lantern movie game.
But, right, how do you blow up your computer from here, Rich?
Yeah, no, that's it. Let's figure it out.
Why is there a DDoS attack coming in? Close all ports on the firewall, because that's what people do when they're being hacked, isn't it?
That's how DDoS works.
Exactly. If movies have taught me anything about network security, it's that firewalls are important. And clearly, companies have a lot of them.
Fly through virtual space.
Like, oh no!
Don't you dare mock hackers. It's accurate. It's scientifically accurate.
You know what? I fucking love the movie to bits. I love the soundtrack to bits. I love everything about it. Even like, the original version when Angelina Jolie actually says something that, she should have said and turned out she didn't in certain versions of it. And, I hope you fuck like you type or something like that. I can't remember what it is.
It was.
But that movie is like, it portrays such an almost too easy way that, hackers do things. Like, mums and dads at home are like, fucking hell, look how easy that shit is. No wonder all the kids are doing it.
Are you a hacker, John?
Little Johnny Five's playing his 1970 bat and ball with a stick. And like, are you hacking, son?
Today he would be.
He would be, that's true.
I'm hacking this thing out my window.
It's like another random topic I'm going to throw in there is...
Pagers.
Wow, that took me to a place I didn't expect to go. Useless technology that none of us owned. I don't think any of us had. You had a Get the hell out of this podcast. Leave now.
This little blue Motorola thing, right? It was blue, and it was called the Blue Velvet Motorola.
Whoever paged you? Who?
My mum.
I
proper
also
English.
had a
Whom?
Yeah!
So I'm the only one in the group.
Boom!
So you get out of here, son.
I'm actually hiding my shame. I also had the Motorola Blue Velvet.
Because it was like one of those like.
I just wanted to cover it up.
One of those voice service. Obviously, you speak to like an operator, and I used to call up to speak to the girl on the other side because she sounded hot.
Yeah, see, that was the thing though. It's like, well, you Outcast actually had someone, albeit your mother, who paged you. I never had anyone page me.
My girlfriend,
like Abby paged me a few
goes,
times, and Chrissy paged me a few times. So
Yeah, it was before I knew you guys, and I can't help but feel I might have actually got someone to page me if I had.
I bought mine
always
from
wanted the
Argos
two-way.
for £35.
Big spender.
I think it got for my Christmas. I wanted a two-way one, but then mobile phones came out, and I was like, "See you, sucker."
That's it. Two-ways come out here like after phones come out, because we got text messaging before they come out in the States, because they had two-ways, so they never got SMS on their phones till like later on.
Yeah,
so they're all obsessed with flip phones over there. The aerials
Motorola
pop out and stuff.
StarTax. You know what? I was very proud, and I still am proud to say.
Oh God, here we go.
I owned.
Oh, if this is going to be the end gauge, I'm going to leave and end the
I
podcast
did
now.
own an N-Gage.
The
I did
first
own an
coloured
N-Gage.
phone.
But I had the very first colour phone. I had 3 colours, bitch. Red, green, and blue. Oh yes. You couldn't mix the colours though. But
He goes on about that all the goddamn time.
It slid up and everything. It went woo, and that showed the red keypad.
Then he sold it to some guy who lost the aerial and tried to blame him for giving it to him without the aerial, even though it was a total lie.
Within like what was it, 3 days or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm going to give you the phone without the aerial, bitch. I should have kept that phone and the N-Gage. Why did I get rid of the N-Gage? The games are worth a flipping good little amount now, too, for the N-Gage. Things you do when you're young and stupid.
I don't
I was
think...
reading the other day that you can like sell a Game Boy Color for some ridiculous like £300.
Really? Seriously? People... How many do you have, Outcast?
What, Game Boy Colors?
Yeah. You've got several hundred by now.
Quite a lot of the... I've got 2 Game Boy Colors. I've got 1 of the originals. I've got like 4 of the little... You know, the SP ones, the Game Boy Color SP ones?
Oh, the SP, the flip. I remember
the
that.
flip one. I've got a whole bunch of them, all with different graphics on top. One with tribal, one with the NES look.
The silver one with the black tribal, yes.
Yeah,
that was the one I had.
Mario details on it, and another one with something else. I think it was a coloured one or something like that. Yeah, unfortunately, I have a problem.
Yeah.
I can't stop.
We all have problems. Most of them are gaming, technology, electronica related in some form or fashion.
Well, I actually have one game for them, for the Game Boy Color SPs and blah blah. It's Shrek and some fish game on a multi-cart. That's the only games I own. I own loads of consoles, but a lot of my consoles I don't even own any games for.
It's sad.
I'm getting there.
The Change.org petition is coming in now, people, to help Outcast cure his collection edition by...
You know, I have like...
And I'm going to be a true...
Too.
I'm going to be a true friend and help him with his collection edition by taking his collection off him. I will house it with my collection.
Legacy.
And when these 2 collections are combined...
when I die and I've not got any health insurance...
That will help you, Outcast. I'm there for you, man. I'm there for you.
Left over.
Just get a coffin built out of old consoles.
I could probably do it.
You probably have enough to do that, actually.
Or PlayStation 2 cases. We'll just get a coffin built out of them.
Or just melt them all down into just a coffin that you're buried in.
I'm going to take this fortune with me.
Yeah,
Lord.
The fortune.
The fortune. Yes, because...
It will appreciate a value one day. You know?
Because... Clearly, Outcast, you and the Pharaohs have the same belief system. I can take it with me.
Blades are coming too, you know.
Theirs was gold though, so I think they were one up.
I think I might just leave my body parts in my body and not put them in like
no big jars. Can you imagine though
Yeah.
how many minds you would blow if you indeed went back to ancient Egypt with a Game Boy Color? You would be prescribed. You would be held up as a god. Look at me, I'm playing Tetris. He can move bricks by merely touching a button. We have to get 40,000 people from other countries to do this.
To be honest, you're like Outcast. You'd end up in like the Dark Ages and get like burnt as a witch.
Yeah.
So...
But look, that solar power charger. Look.
Wait! Heresy! Heretic!
Call Helsing!
Burn the heretic. Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, this is the face of a heretic. He knew the camera was on him. But oh lordy, people. Well, I think we're going to draw a line under the heresy at that stage, and move on to.
No. You know what's heresy? Super Mario Maker, which is not heresy, but some douchebag.
Man, I tried
some
so hard, but you
douchebag-
managed to wangle that one in. I'm not doing a webpage on it. It's not happening. It's not happening.
Gilbert, who's a reporter for Business Insider, has went and made a little thing report to say that the advert of Mario Maker is racist because it was only displaying a white female hand in demonstration on how to do things on the game. And go.
This is your story, man. You do it.
I just thought you guys had an opinion.
You lead with it. Well, I have an opinion on it.
We can get more stupider these days, you know. Like
I have an opinion on it. It's
we're going to have a different advert for
ludicrous.
Person?
Seriously, it's like, what does he want? What's his argument? The stylus is clearly showing racist tendencies because one person was holding it. What demographic are you not going to offend? Are you going to have to pass it round everybody?
It's not a United Colour Benetton advert.
Oh, you absolute bitch. That was going to be my line. I was going with that.
The thing is,
it was on the tip of my tongue.
Female. It's probably more likely a Japanese woman.
Yeah.
That's a truthful thing about it. It's probably not a white, the usual whiteies. It's going to be a Japanese woman's hand. I mean, of course it is going to be because that's where all that stuff is made. So
well, I think it's clearly obvious if you look at the picture and the from like one of the screen grabs, it is clearly a Caucasian female hand, or a Caucasian male with a fantastic manicure. I can't quite figure it out, but excuse me. But yeah, it's like seriously, dude. This is one of the few times I'm gonna like spout a little bit of rhetoric. Get the fuck over yourself, right? There are billions of people in this world where different races, religions, colors, creed. You know, we live in a sue all environment right about now, and it's like if you can make some sensationalist news by saying it's like, oh, this is clearly racist because a white person is holding it. It's like I think the argument and the quote that I did read and I did look at it and then I closed the webpage it's like what if I'm a 10-year-old black boy or a 33-year-old black woman
or a Japanese man or something like that.
I don't think those people give a fuck who's holding the stylus. They're just sitting there going, oh look, a Mario game where I can make my own fucking levels. Excellent. That'd be pretty cool.
Sure they've seen white people before.
Exactly. We're not back in, I was going to say colonial ages, but it was before that. Yeah, it's not Christopher Columbus in 1492 sailing across the fucking Atlantic Ocean, trying to find India by going the wrong way, and then landing in the shores of America going, we bring you syphilis. Enjoy!
You don't sit and watch a movie and think that he doesn't look like me, so this movie is totally unbelievable, you know?
This film is clearly racist because the people in it are a different race from me. It's like, shut up. But here's the thing, it's like, well, while we sit here and we try with some genuine intent and will to make something that we hope is entertaining and will hopefully one day reach a multitude of people, some asshole can make a comment saying, oh, the Nintendo advert is racist because a white person is holding the stylus. And that advert is getting, those articles are getting clicked on by millions of people.
Does that mean this podcast is racist?
Yeah.
Because we're all white?
It's heavily
we're
racist.
all white, yeah.
Yeah, we're all white.
I
think you're catering for the redhead population, which is, amassing substantially. But,
you should get Jason in on it, and we've got an Asian, and then we're no longer racist.
If you add an Asian into things, you're not racist anymore.
This is going into some dangerous territory that I'm hugely uncomfortable with, if I'm being genuinely honest. It's like,
Jason's in a game in, I'm sure.
We're all racist because we're white. Under this man's argument.
We'll send a link to this video to Jason and ask him if he thinks this is racist.
Probably. At this stage, he's going to say that, yes. Going, you fuckers are calling me out because I'm Asian?
Wait a minute, you're Asian?
I don't see color, man. He's from Breaking.
I don't see color, man. I had to see if you're Scottish or English. I'm not racist.
There's going to be a really awkward soundbite going from Brecon to that sentence that I've just started off. All of a sudden, people are going to go, that makes no goddamn sense. How the hell did that happen?
Does any of this podcast make any goddamn sense? Does any of them make any sense?
No, they just spiral off into a wild, mad.
That's why we get all the views, baby.
That's why the last podcast currently has 9 views.
That's why we get the big bucks from our YouTube money.
Like
Exactly.
Four of them us going back to it and commenting every so often.
But I'm going to finish off on a topic that, well, you know, it's dear to all our hearts. I love it because it's going to finish off a series that I have desperately been waiting to be finished for a long time. And I know Outcast, you're a huge fan of this series as well. I can see you looking with some interpretation. People can't see you at the moment because I'm hovering over the news story. The Shenmue 3's Kickstarter campaign ended on $6.33 million.
Oh yeah,
and
it's got to be good. Come on, seriously. I mean,
well, the thing is, like, 6 million is not a lot to make a game, though. So
it's over the target, but there was a lot of stretch targets that they did introduce. I'm not going to go into them in detail.
what kind of game is it going to be, though? They're going to bring it more an indie style game, or because like it might kill what everyone loves about Shenmue. But
you can get a physical copy of it apparently. If you paid like $60 or something like that. On the when the Kickstarter was going, I don't know if you can still do it now or not. I'm assuming you probably should be able to, but I think according to what I was reading before, the game itself, storyline sort of thing, the storyline's complete. It's been completed for like, I don't know, 11 odd years, plus years, I don't know.
Well, I think the trilogy was written when they started making the games originally.
I mean, the storyline itself is completely done, and so I don't know whether or not they're going to be doing it in kind of like the same type of graphics as the Dreamcast, but maybe, you know, HDify it. Whether that fucks up or not, who knows?
HDifying.
Yeah, HDifying.
That's an SDM term that we have coined.
It's actually a trademark.
Yeah, trademark right now, and HD fucking as well. It's also another one. But yeah.
God.
We're back onto the porn again.
Damn it. Don't start talking about porn, man. I'll just go off on a tangent about porn. You know.
Well, it was a fun podcast, people.
You know, Pornhub's spending like what, $4 million on a twerking ass, and like I also want to have a shot on it. I mean, yeah. So Shenmue 3, it's gonna be good. I mean, if they keep it to the same style as the first and second one, as you know, not that it's not open world as such, but you were still able to kind of like, you know, go around the towns that they were based in, which were actual towns in Japan and China and such like that, and do things on the side that you don't have to do, like driving forklifts, get a day job, you know, loads of things you could do. Drink out of can, vending machines, get little toys.
The thing is, though, it's like I'm going to go out on a limb here, and you know, this will probably offend some people. Now, I'm a massive fan of Shenmue, so you know, take this as I mean it. But the thing is, it's like at the end of the day, as a game, Shenmue is actually a pretty poor game. You know, the controls for the combat were hokey at best. No, let me finish. I know. Let me finish. Let me run with it.
Are we doing this now? You know what game I hated on the PlayStation 1 was Final Fantasy 7. I absolutely hated that.
He's gone, people. He's gone. Man down.
I didn't even know you, man. It's like...
No. It's like, as a game,
sweating in here now.
As a student, Shenmue wasn't that great a game. Where it was absolutely, where it was phenomenal, was it had a fantastic story. It had a wonderfully realized world. What I'm saying is it, as a piece of engineering, it was fantastic, but the actual mechanics for I'm just saying the controls were a little bit ropey. Okay, It was a little bit clunky.
You know, but if you didn't have the skills in the hands to be able to use the Dreamcast controller, then
I have many skills in these hands. These hands are very skilled.
I actually thought the combat system in Shenmue was fucking good. You know, it was kind of like it wasn't just button mashing. You literally had, if you want to pull off moves, you had to remember the combinations for like a week.
Yeah,
And
but
that's
if
a
you
week long, not just remember it for a week. There are like a week long combinations to pull off one move and such. And
it was the thing is though, it's like you had the thing where pretty much every combat situation you had was against a couple of opponents, and it was one of the very first games I remember with quick time events, which is become a pock on the pock on the face of modern gaming now. It's like QTEs are like so frequent, but you know, it was one of the first I remember because it's like you had those sequences where it's like a guy would get ready to charge you and you have to hit like Y on the controller and then you like jink him and throw him at the side and then you know you got in with your combos and whatnot, and yeah, that was fun. But it's like it wasn't until and I think it sticks with me because I always remember the end fight sequence where you had to like face off against 100 opponents, yeah. And it's like that's when the kind of wheels fell off the combat, and that somehow sticks with me. But it's like I know it's a very hypocritical statement to make. It's like I find it, you know, I love it and it holds a wonderful place in my memory and my heart. But it's a case of it's like as a game, and it's like that's what I wonder about. It's a point that Richie makes. It's like, where are they going to go with this now? Because at the time it was mind blowing. We'd never seen anything like this, where you could sit and play, you know, like Space Harrier in the arcades, or you go to the Pog collector toy machines and get all the statues and stuff, and speak to everybody in the village, and everybody had a story. And there was seldom repeated lines of text because, well, once you finished the storyline, literally your only choices were, well, I'll see you later. You know, they didn't keep reiterating those bits. You know, it's not like the NPCs in modern games where you walk up to this, like a woman in the village of Witcher 3 and she'll tell you about the same goose she's just beheaded for like the last 6 weeks. Surely should have cooked the fucking thing by now. But
I think
yes,
mainly
I'm a little concerned where they're going to go with this. And as Richie says, I mean, I think they got like $20 million privately funded budget, and they've got like 6.33 million. Don't get me wrong, the game's going to get funded and it will get publisher backing, most likely from Sony, I would imagine, since they shunted it at E3, and it will get more money thrown at it.
I think mainly it's going to be a case where it's not really meant to go anywhere with it. I think it's really just to give everyone that loved the first and second one a bit of closure, story wise. I mean, when it comes to like the combat system and you know anything else graphically wise, I don't think they're going to be trying to make anything groundbreaking because you know what could you do with something that old? You know, it's not like you can bring it into current gen graphics, and because people will be like, "What the fuck is this? This is not Shenmue." So at the end of the day, I think it's just a bit of nostalgia, and like I said, for those who love the storyline, like you know, like me and well, apparently you, but really to you know just to finish it all off, which would be pretty cool. I mean, it's like a blast from the past, is it really?
Well, it's one thing. It's like, you know, I suppose one thing, at least it's not an HD remake of the original two.
Yeah,
I suppose you'd be thankful for that.
good luck to them, I say.
Yeah, no, indeed. It's like I'm more than happy to see Shenmue come back. It's a series that we haven't seen a lot of, and it has taken a huge amount of time to get to the stage that it's in. So, I mean, congratulations, you've hit your target. I'm really interested to and anticipating what you're going to bring to us. So,
you know what's going to happen now, though? All the flipping Shenmue 1 and 2 copies are not, well, they're always through the roof on prices.
They're always expensive, yeah.
Now they're going to be even more so. It's going to be like, what?
Indeed. But yeah, no, it's nice to see something come back. I am concerned. I don't see how Shenmue's game style is going to fit in the kind of modern, more open world, less linear kind of gaming environment. But, you know, I'm sure, you know, the developers of Shenmue are far smarter at making games than I have because they've made one of the most classic and most fondly remembered games of all time. And as a result, I'm sure they'll pull it off. So it'll be interesting to see. But I think, gents, we're going to draw a line under proceedings there. We have talked the ears off the internet yet again. So for the other, we've got 9 views on the last one. So there's one from Rich, one from Outcast, one from me, just to make sure that it worked. So to the other 6 people out there on the web who took the time out to watch these podcasts, thank you for sticking with us. Be sure to check out Outcast and Richie's channels respectively.
Annotation.
No annotations. No annotations.
Annotations.
Right here.
Right
there's
there.
There's no annotation right there. Never going to happen. So again, peeps.
Here, and there.
What happened?
Never. I refuse.
And they
So-
go to rainbow like constant.
Richie, Thanks for joining us, Outcast. Thanks for giving us your time again. You're both a bunch of assholes with the annotations. But again, thanks for your time, guys. And I'm SDM Kahuna, and I am signing off.
Peace out.